Welcome to the Canadian Beef Cattle Podcast, presented by the Beef Cattle Research Council. The most popular content from beefresearch.ca, available on the go. Before we get into this week's episode, a quick message from the BCRC.
When calves are struggling to thrive, esophageal or tube feeding provides essential support for weak and high-risk animals. This technique is especially crucial for delivering vital colostrum to newborn calves and treating dehydration. The BCRC has created a step-by-step video to demonstrate the proper tube feeding technique as part of the Calf 911 resources. You can find this video, along with many others on calf management, linked in the show notes. This episode is titled, Protect Canadian Livestock from Foot and Mouth Disease.
To increase awareness of available tools on foot and mouth disease, FMD, for farmers and ranchers, a collaborative effort between the BCRC and Animal Health Canada, AHC, is underway, ensuring that prevention and emergency response resources are being tailored specifically to the needs of Canadian beef producers. Animal Health Canada is a not-for-profit corporation jointly founded by its members, which include federal, provincial, and territorial governments, industry organizations, and other partners working in animal health and welfare in Canada. AHC works to bring groups within Canada's livestock industry together to keep Canada's farms healthy. Beef producers take the responsibility to protect their herd and any animals they interact with very seriously. They value practical tools that support their efforts to prevent disease. Effective biosecurity on beef farms and ranches means minimizing risk and responding appropriately through good management. These measures not only protect individual herds, but also play a critical role in safeguarding the entire Canadian livestock industry against animal health and economic threats posed by foreign animal diseases, like foot and mouth disease, FMD. Foot and mouth disease is a highly contagious virus that poses a serious threat to the beef industry and to populations of cattle around the world. Its impact can be devastating, both economically and in terms of animal health. Canada currently has an FMD-free, without vaccination trade status. Maintaining this status is a shared responsibility across all sectors of the industry. In this episode, we'll share resources and explore practical tools that can help protect against foot and mouth disease. Daily habits go a long way to reduce or prevent the spread of disease. Understanding the everyday risks of introducing disease to a beef cattle herd helps protect the animals and the people who care for them. It is helpful to consider potential ways disease could enter your herd, including shared fence lines, buying replacement heifers or bulls, borrowing trailers or other equipment, outsourcing farm work, or hosting visitors from another farm or other countries. Implementing biosecurity measures that work on your farm can stop disease from entering, spreading, and leaving your herd. Examples could be cleaning and disinfecting protocols, good management techniques, including vaccination protocols, good hygiene practices, including working with animals with the least exposure to pathogens to the animals with the greatest exposure of pathogens, and quarantine protocols for animals leaving or entering the operation. The biosecurity measures you implement are essential to keeping the Canadian livestock industry thriving and free of reportable diseases and trade-limiting diseases, including FMD. Through the collaboration of BCRC and AHC, a new video series has been developed. In the first video, Chief Veterinarian Officer for the Canadian Cattle Association, Dr. Lee Rosengren, emphasizes the devastating nature of FMD and highlights the importance of vigilance and preventative measures. If FMD were to spread to Canada, it could lead to significant disruptions in the livestock industry, including trade restrictions, culling of infected and high-risk animals, and substantial financial losses. Here are some key messages on foot and mouth disease detection and spread. FMD is not a public health concern, nor is it a food safety issue. FMD is not related to hand, foot, and mouth disease common in children. The clinical signs of FMD include anorexia, depression, fever, lameness, reduced milk output, salivation, blisters and lesions on the mouth, teats, and feet. FMD can cause abortion and sudden death in neonates and can be spread by direct contact, in the air, and on fomites. Linked in the show notes is a detailed infographic highlighting the signs of foot and mouth disease. Recognizing FMD early and preventing the movement of infected animals is critical. In part 2 of the video series, Dr. Rosengren is joined by producer Miles Woke, and together they drive home the importance of strong preventative measures. They explain how biosecurity protocols, active surveillance, and rapid response plan are absolutely essential to keeping FMD outside of our borders. Preventing an outbreak requires farmers, veterinarians, and authorities all working together as a team. This collaboration is key to safeguarding Canada's livestock. Here are key messages Canadian farmers need to know to prepare and respond to foot and mouth disease. If you have a suspicion that foot and mouth disease has entered your herd, take immediate action. Stop all movement of animals and people on your operation and phone your veterinarian. Veterinarians are aware of the reporting process and will notify the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. Thinking ahead and preparing an on-farm biosecurity preparedness plan in the event of an outbreak is a good practice. And keep good records. What animals have came onto your farm? Where did they come from? What animals have left? And where did they go? Travel to countries that have active outbreaks poses a risk to those returning to Canadian farms. It is important to understand and train all farm personnel on the importance of biosecurity and the specific measures to follow after travel. If international visitors will be on your farm, have a plan in place to prevent possible infection. Wear disposable boot covers, prevent direct contact with cattle, and vehicles should be washed and disinfected prior to coming on farm. These videos and additional resources are linked in the show notes and a must-watch. It's a reminder that preparedness is the best defense and that protecting our livestock industry starts with every one of us.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. You can find all relevant links and information at beefresearch.ca or in the show notes. The Beef Cattle Research Council is funded by the Canadian Beef Cattle Checkoff and strives for excellence in the production of Canadian beef, cattle, and forage through research, innovation, and extension. Tune in every Tuesday as the Canadian Beef Cattle Podcast delivers straightforward insights, expert information, and a wealth of practical knowledge for Canadian beef producers. Subscribe now.